Hey there, Charlie. Just need to kind of follow up about some particular activity that we saw, kind of on your IP address.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Well, I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, but I guess let me know what you mean, and I'm glad to help in any way.
Yeah. So as you probably know, we track all the different internet activity, inbound and outbound. All the traffic that goes to each IP address of anybody in the firm, and there's well, I don't want to be awkward about it, but it's a little delicate. But I mean, I'll get right to it. It looks like on, if I look at my notes here, December 2nd last year was a little hit on some sustained kind of unusual activity from your desktop or the URL associated with it. And well, there was a particular website. I think it was called. Okay, it says it's URL is www.
Ryan, you
Yeah.
don't you don't need to say the name of the website. I think I
No.
know what
Oh,
you're
okay.
talking about.
Okay.
So this was related to the hack?
Well, it might have been. We really don't know. It's on the list that the FBI guys that were here earlier. It's one of the ones they said. Yeah, unfortunately, this is possibly affiliated with some known ransomware hacker groups. And I want to make sure you know too. You are not the only one by a long shot that I'm having this conversation with. Okay. I'm not at liberty to disclose anybody else. And of course, I won't. And I won't disclose you. That's the other thing I want to say. It's not going to go any farther than you and me. The firm's not looking at any of this for purposes of compensation or discipline or anything like that. It's just we got to investigate this because what happens is these European hacker groups. One of the ways that they get their claws kind of into systems is they put up a site with a bunch of pretty girls on there, and then the pretty girls will say, that they'll do things for you. They'll do things, and try to get you on camera and stuff. And there's all kinds of, just put out there trying to get people to live interaction thing. But there's usually somebody behind it, kind of pulling the strings on it, and kind of like the man behind the curtain, and they're running the tech on the back end, and that stuff is sophisticated. I mean, you wouldn't believe. It's like a whole cottage industry, a whole enterprise. They like outsource half of it. They like some people outsource to people who call you to say, "Hi, we got your stuff and we want to, get your ransom and all." So they use it to blackmail people sometimes.
No, I guess I hadn't thought a ton about that aspect of it.
Well, I mean, most people haven't. And really, if you think about it, I mean, it's not like any of us are really thinking all that much at all when we're moving in that sort of direction. When we're kind of tempted to run towards something or other that might take our mind off the stress of working and all for a little bit.
I'm not gonna make any excuses for it. I knew better, and I hate this. I mean, if I was the source for this, then I feel sick to my stomach right now.
Well, I mean, I appreciate you saying that, son, and it's all right. I mean, I get it. Let's just say before I got into the IT world and started understanding some of this stuff, I found my own ways of coping with what I like to call the vicissitudes of life.
Is that like the pompous of love?
That's a good one. That's a great song. I love some Steve Miller, but no, what I mean is the ups and downs, the stress that y'all lawyers deal with. I mean, hell, these days that all of us deal with. There's all kind of things that a person might nibble on, or sip on, or click on, or binge on. Just to take the edge off. Zone out for a bit. It's like the brain sometimes is like, "Hey, I'm in overdrive, can't do anymore. I need to slow it down." And it's almost like it's off to the races. You're not even in control after a while.
Yeah, yeah, that is what it's like.
So all I got to do is just kind of run this down. You have acknowledged that it was you, and I appreciate that. That I think that took courage, and that helps us. And like I said, it's not going any farther than this. I mean, I think about because there's actually, well, I'll tell you this, some fellow IT cronies, some buddies of mine who are all kind of got software engineering backgrounds and things like I do. And there's a few of us that get together about every month or so. And before COVID, we did it in person. We go to a different craft brewery every month because there's one opening almost that often. And believe it or not, we sort of chat about this stuff because, I mean, here's the thing. we know better than anybody how all the systems are set up, all the anti-malware and virus protection and all. And we've all kind of been some places we weren't happy that we went, and reaped some consequences for it. So since we know how to defeat all the filters and monitors, we got to have somebody that we can talk to just to have conversations and make sure none of us gets stuck down in some rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
It's hard to catch. You can't see what you don't see. It's kind of like somebody's got to tell you. If you got like body odor or something. You don't tend to realize it. You kind of get used to it. Somebody else say, hey, did you shower this morning or this week at all? You got to have somebody else. It's like somebody that you can kind of reach out to, like a real person. Like three-dimensional, and ideally they respond to you. You can go to when you start feeling that itch or any kind of itch, really. Do you you got anybody you can talk to
Yeah.
about this kind of thing or anything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a buddy or two. I mean, people I've had, the conversation with. And I was actually just saying to my wife that I need to catch up with them again soon.
Well, that sounds like a good call.
I really appreciate this. I appreciate you. And is there anything else that you need from me?
No, son, you're good. We'll let you know if there is anything. Right now, our next step is just to gather this information and present the FBI. But I think there's something else that's probably going to end up being the culprit. We get all those phishing emails all the time, and that's phishing with a PH. It's not like fishing off the bridge or anything, but I think we had some of those coming around the same time. So you don't need to worry about it any further. Probably won't hear from me again about this or anything. But you can always reach out to me about anything. Okay, so
I appreciate this. Thank you so much.
you got it, man. You hang in there, buddy. Okay, if you need to, just give me a ring.
All right, I will. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, thanks for your time. All right.